But just to kind of give us a recap, when you get a problem like 2x squared minus 18 equals 0, you need to write it as a related function. So as you can see very quickly, we are missing b. We have a and we have c. So we're missing b, which is fine. We just give it a 0. So let's go ahead and rewrite it as 2x squared plus 0x minus 18 set equal to 0. All right, if you remember, your first step is to find your axis of symmetry. Your axis of symmetry is always going to be negative b over 2a. Well, since b is 0, then my axis of symmetry is going to be 0 because you cannot divide by 0. So right away, my axis of symmetry equals 0. All right, let's go ahead and find our vertex, which means that this is also your x. My x is 0. So we're going to plug that 0 in for our x's. So we're going to get 2 times 0 squared plus 0 times 0 minus 18 equals 0. All right, this will be easy to simplify. We wind up getting 0 squared is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 0 times 0 is 0, minus 18. So our vertex is going to be 0, negative 18. So this is going to be our first dot, is the vertex. Okay, 0, negative 18. Now let's find two other points. So we're going to find a point higher than 0 and a point lower than 0. So I'm going to go ahead and find that x is 1 and x is negative 1. Plug those values in for the x's. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 times 1 squared plus 0 times 1 minus 18. Simplify that down. 1 times 1 is 1, times 2 is 2, plus 0 times 1 is 0, minus 18. 2 take away 18 is going to be negative 16. So my point here will be 1, negative 16. So I have my first dot. Here's my second dot. Now let's find my third dot. So I'm going to plug in negative 1. So I'm going to get 2 times negative 1 squared plus 0 times negative 1 minus 18. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1, times 2 is 2. 0 times negative 1 is 0, minus 18. So again, I wind up with 2 take away 18 as well, which is going to give me negative 16. So my third dot, get the right color here, my third dot is going to be negative 1, negative 16. You plot these 3 points, making sure that you're going through 0, and you have your parabola. Is it going to be happy or sad? It's going to be happy, because my A is positive. All right, let's try another one. All right, what if you have negative 12x plus 18 equals negative 2x squared? All right, the one I don't like to move is the A value. Let's keep A where it's at, because this tells you if you're going to get a happy or sad parabola. So let's keep A. So I need to move this over here, which means I take the opposite. So keeping A, bringing that straight down exactly how it is. If I move negative 12x to the other side, I change the sign, making it a positive 12x, just a positive 12x. Now I need to move the 18 also over here, taking its opposite, making it negative 18. Okay, all set equal to 0. So once you have it in standard form, you just go ahead through the same steps that you were doing. let's go ahead and find our axis of symmetry. And again, that is negative b over 2a. So let's plug those values in. Negative b is going to be negative 12 over 2 times negative 2, which is going to be negative 12 over negative 4. A negative and a negative will make that a positive, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So my axis of symmetry is 3, which also tells me that my x equals 3. Now let's plug 3 back in for both of the x's. This will help me find the vertex. All right, to find the vertex, here we go. We're going to do negative 2 times 3 squared plus 12 times 3 minus 18 equals 0. Let's simplify that down. That's going to be 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. Plus 12 times 3 is going to be 36. Minus 18 equaled to 0. All right, let's go ahead and simplify this out. Now, a lot of students see those two negative 18s and think that they're going to cancel. That is not true. Remember, when they have the same sign, we add. So it's basically 18 plus 18, which would give us a negative 36, because we keep the sign. And then we'd add 36. Oh, now these cancel, because you see these are opposite signs, which tells us that our vertex is 0, giving us the point 3, 0, because we put 3's in for the x's. So our vertex is going to be 3, 0, which is also going to be the first point that you put on your graph. Let's find those two other points. So I need a number less than 3 and higher than 3. So I'm going to say that x equals 2, and I'll go ahead and put this one up here. Let's put x equals 4. So we get negative 2 times 4 squared plus 12 times 4 minus 18. All right, well, 4 squared is going to be 16. 16 times negative 2 is going to give me negative 32. All right, 12 times 4 is going to give me positive 48. And then we bring down the negative 18. Let's go ahead and finish this up. I have negative 32 plus 48 minus 18. You get negative 2. So our next point that we're going to plot will be 4, negative 2. Now let's find our next point that we will plot. Here we go. Plugging in the 2's, I'm going to get negative 2 times 2 squared plus 12 times 2 minus 18. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2 negative is going to be negative 8 plus 24 minus 18. So you have 8 negative plus 24 minus 18. You're going to get negative 2. All right, which tells me that my other one is going to be 2, negative 2. So plotting those 3 points, you can create your parabola. Now this parabola is going to be sad because it is a negative, which means your parabola will be facing in this direction. All right, well, I hope this helps.